out to be this straight up street dude, who got it out the mud. Okay, I'm gonna take it to the streets. So, since Tank can't seem to keep Devin Haney's name out his mouth, and we already know that Tank is using Devin Haney's name to sell his lousy fucking fight with uh, Lamont Roach that nobody is going to care about. Yeah, Tank sells tickets, but eventually this is gonna wear out. But this is the typical PBC formula and the typical PBC brand, basically where the fighters don't stand for anything. They don't stand for nothing. They don't stand on business. They don't stand on pride. They don't stand on integrity. And I understand why people like Tank so much, because he's everything what's wrong with the community, because he displays ignorance. He displays ignorance on a regular basis and unintelligence. Great in the ring, but what can he do outside of boxing? And the thing is, with Tank, without boxing, he has pretty much nothing. Because I can't see Tank being a broadcaster. I can't see Tank being a lawyer. Can't see Tank doing anything outside of boxing except box. He may have a good ring IQ, but as far as his personal IQ go, I don't think it's that high. And at the end of the day, I laugh at the fact that people are rallying behind Tank, and like what everything he says is gold, or everything he said is bond. Word is bond to Tank. This is the same hypocrite that uh, basically had stipulation after stipulation put in versus Ryan Garcia, and he does that with everybody so he can have an advantage. And he accused Ryan Garcia of using steroids and PEDs. Now, we all know, had Tank lost to Ryan Garcia, he would be doing exactly what Devin Haney did. And like I said, it just goes to show you how ass backwards these dudes is. Like, somebody care what these low IQ Mexicans and white boys and you know Tyrones and Pookies, you know, that's sitting up talking behind a computer that can't even put two nickels together. Yeah, I said it. Ask me, do I care? Tank walking around calling somebody a bitch. Tank, you the bitch. You the bitch. You sat up there and let somebody belittle you and call you a monkey, but you ain't said nothing to him. But you got all the time and all the smoke in the world for Devin Haney, who you could have fought several times within a 3-year period, and you elected not to fight him. Obviously, you keep talking about you gonna do this, you gonna do that. Well, when you gonna do it? You was offered $20 million. You had first dibs at Devin Haney before Brian Garcia did. And that's the funny thing. Oh, and also I heard Tank. What's up with you, Tank? I thought you said you was gonna campaign at 140. I heard that you trying to make. I heard that you trying to make Jose Venezuela come in at 135. That's what I heard, Tank. So that's what I mean. You want to have every possible advantage you could have. You know, you want to have every possible advantage you could have. So you ain't that confident. Like I said, you ain't no better than Canelo. So for the people that think that I'll just be picking on Canelo because Canelo's Mexican, nah, I call it right down the middle. Like I said, let's just keep it 100. The next video I'm gonna do later on today, who would you rather have as a son, Tank or Devin Haney? Because I would be ashamed if I had Tank as a son. A dude that had a hit and run with a pregnant woman and left the scene that injured 4 people. Tank, who's basically on video, basically dragging a woman by her neck. But cornballs like Ellie Setback support dudes like him. And Ellie Setback really starting to show who he is, show his true colors, sitting up here instigating this stuff. Because Ellie got his head so far up Tank's ass, you know, if Tank open his mouth, you would smell the shit coming from Ellie Setback's mouth. Now, I appreciate Ellie helped me get my foot in the door and he helped me, but now I feel like now, nah, I'm good now. The thank you, the thank you phase has went away. So now I'm starting to see you for who you are. At the end of the day, let me just tell you what's going on with Ellie. Ellie feelings hurt because, Bud turned away an interview and Bud clowned them and stuff. So Ellie has a vendetta against Terrence Crawford and he has a vendetta against Bill Haney. So how Ellie is getting back at Bill Haney, he's attacking Devin Haney. Just like he sat up there and attacked Devin Haney for when that goofy Mexican tried to run up on Devin Haney at the fair. He got exactly what he deserved. Leave people alone. And then people talked about they don't respect Devin Haney, how he handled it. You dudes on the internet are so full of it. You guys are such liars. Y'all know damn well had that happened with Devin and that had been a Mexican fighter. Let's just say Devin tested positive for PEDs and the Mexican fighter, which he would have his right, and I wouldn't protest it if he found out that Devin Haney used PEDs and he protested the victory. It's nothing I could say. I can't sit up here and attack him, but people attacking Devin Haney for doing what he was supposed to do, and Tank talking about Devin need to get over something. But at the end of the day, you were so scared of Ryan Garcia, you put all those stipulations in the contract. You made sure that he didn't take anything against you. But you sitting up telling somebody to get over something. At the end of the day, Tank is a weak ass bitch. And then he talking about his dead homies. Dude, you sound stupid, dude. You like, dude, get out of here, dude. What dead homies, dude? Get out of here. Wankster? Like, dude, get out of here talking that stupid stuff, dude. Like, act like you got some sense. And this just got to be said. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to make this very clear. This ain't got nothing to do with my people from Baltimore because I got I got a strong fan base in Baltimore. I look at my demographics. So this ain't got nothing to do with Baltimore. This got something to do with Tank conducting himself as an ignorant ass nigga. And that just got to be said. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to have the guts. Like I said, I'm not worried about the PBC. I'm not worried about the PBC. I already been ostracized. I already been blacklisted. That's fine. That's fine. These dudes love to have selective energy, just like what I was saying about the Errol Spence Fun Boys. You know, they disappeared and they ain't nowhere to be found once again now that Jerry Jones has made another weirdo racial stereotype towards black men. Ain't nowhere to be found, but these were the same people calling Terrence Crawford a coon and top rank Toby and all that kind of stuff. They ain't nowhere to be found. So they didn't disappeared again. They disappeared again. Where they at? Where they at? Like I said, once again, how can you look up to a dude like Tank? But I understand why people like Tank so much because he represents the wrong type of black person. And that's what they like. He represents the misimage of black men. He plays into every typical stereotype you could think of pertaining to black men and pertaining to light-skinned dudes. At the end of the day, it ain't Devin's fault that he had a father in his life. I mean, at the end of the day, Tank, if your parents had issues with substance abuse and all that kind of stuff, and I'm trying not to get personal, that's on you. You need to be mad at them. But you could clearly see the jealousy that Tank has towards Devin. This has nothing to do with ticket sales and none of that stuff. And then to a certain degree, Tank is worried about that. Instead of him giving Devin Haney props for selling out the Chase Center, selling out the first combat sports event in the Chase Center in San Francisco, California. Oh, well, it should have sold out because you were selling tickets for $45. Well, there's fighters that sell tickets for $25 and they still can't get 16,000 people to come see them. So that's null and void. And that was just once again an ignorant statement by Tank because Tank got all the smoke in the world for brothers, but he ain't saying nothing to the others. The person you should be checking is Tiafimo saying, why don't you sign the contract and I want you to call me a monkey to my face. But he ain't saying nothing. He ain't said nothing. Like I said before, he about to fight Lamont Roach, basically an undercard fighter. When we asked you to fight black fighters, we wanted you to fight, you know what I'm saying, high quality. We wanted you to fight the best of the best when it pertained to black fighters. But at the end of the day, you really don't want to give Shakur Stevenson a payday. You're not sure that you could beat Shakur Stevenson. And even though Devin Haney may possibly be chinny according to you, but then there's reports saying that you didn't got stopped in sparring before. We all saw the full footage of Devin Haney. Devin Haney whooped on you in sparring. When he got it together, he whooped on you. And I don't believe this myth about that you unbeatable. It's gonna take a certain type of style to beat you, but I can see you could be beat. Because keep in mind, at the end of the day, you had to rally behind when you was fighting Rolly. You was actually kind of losing Rolly. You were behind versus Leo Santa Cruz. Okay, cool. Yo fist is the equalizer. And you can make an argument that you was having an uphill battle with Mario Barrios. But like I said, one of the reasons why they push you out there, why Al Heyman push you out there, because you'll sell tickets based off your ignorance. See, Terrence Crawford is not going to stoop to your level and put on a minstrel show. That's the reason why they like you so much, Tank, because you are a walking light-skinned minstrel show. My thing is, Tank, can you even count to, can you know, my thing is, Tank, can you count to 50? Can you count the 50 going forward and backwards? Probably not. And probably if I gave you a scale test, since you supposed to be from the streets, I'd love to see could you pass a scale test. I'd love to see what your numbers is, you know, what numbers you come up with and what your math is when it comes to working the triple beam. So I mean, since you so street, you know, since you so street and you put that on your dead homies, like, dude, get out of here. That's exactly why that's exactly why the PBC pushed you, because they could sell another ignorant nigga. That's why they started pushing you, because of how you conduct yourself. Because they figure with black people, negativity sell. See, nobody really wants to pay to see the intelligent black man because they see that as a threat. That's why, to a certain degree, even though Terrence Crawford is an exciting fighter, and once again, it wasn't him that made the fight a lackluster, it was Magnum Mob. He was the one that stunk up the joy because he didn't want to engage, because he was a 154 pounder that was basically scared to engage with a dude that started off at lightweight. Who started off at lightweight? He should have brought the fight straight. He should have did what Daniel Dubois did. He took the fight to Anthony Joshua and he got the job done. At least if you would have went balls to the wall with Terrence Crawford, whether you got knocked out or not, at least it would, at least people would have respected you. And then you got people sitting up here saying that that dude won that fight. That dude didn't even remotely win that fight. He lost that fight and he deserved to lose that fight. So for the people like Ellie Setback sitting up saying that Terrence Crawford lost, Ellie, you out of your damn mind, dude. Just stop the cap, dude. You coming across as a fraud. We all know you got a vendetta against Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford, like, basically shunned you for an interview. So much for Terrence Crawford not talking to black media that he only does that to black media. Listen, I done got used to Terrence Crawford doing that. The best interviews I done did with Terrence Crawford is off camera. Terrence Crawford is a solid dude. And once again, when my son was sick, Terrence Crawford said a special personal message to my son. So I'm not ever gonna forget that. So I'm gonna show loyalty to Terrence Crawford. That's why people. So if you want the real why people like Tank so much, why all these white trash, and these other people and these goofy low low IQ Hispanics like Tank so much. because he's the stereotypical black person that they portray on TV, the ignorant, clueless black dude that say stupid stuff. When has Tank ever said something of substance? And my thing is, how come Tank don't give black media the access he give Ellie Setback? Because Tank Show got a lot of black people that support him the way Ellie Setback do, but he give Ellie Setback all that access. So when is you so-called pro-black niggas gonna start asking Tank that question? Like I said, you fake whole tip niggas, y'all fuck y'all too, because y'all fake too. Let's just keep it a buck. Tank sell tickets and he sell out stages, but ask yourself this: why don't Tank have endorsement deals? Why don't Tank have a deal with Nike? Why ain't Tank doing commercials? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that question. Who does better interviews, Tank or Devin Haney? But once again, like I said, it's been a week and Tank ain't said nothing. Ain't said nothing. Ain't said nothing to that culture vulture, goofy ass Tiafimo Lopez. Another lame. Tiafimo is a lame. He have no direction. He has no identity. He don't know where he want to go. Nobody likes the dude. Nobody wants to pay money to see him fight. And that's just real talk. I'm Tank ain't that marketable. That's the thing. Tank is only marketable within the boxing realm because once again, can't put him in no movies because I have to wonder, can Tank even read? Tank reading skills probably like Floyd Mayweather's, and I hope he protecting his money. And then Tank's team say stupid stuff. Oh man, black versus blacks don't sell. That don't even make no sense. And when I heard Calvin Ford say that, Calvin Ford sounded like a ignorant dumbass Sambo. The most historic fights in history, some of the biggest fight gates, most talked about fights in history have been between black fighters. There is no fight between a Mexican and a Mexican that that's like among the highest grossing pay-per-views. Gate may be a different story, and that's debatable because people can, in fact, people can enhance the numbers, and that's just real. They've been doing that for a while. So please, people love to inflate the numbers. They do that with pay-per-view. They do that with ticket sales. They do that. They do that with live gates. Because at the end of the day, we believe what they tell us. They'll just throw something out there. It was proven that Canelo's fight. It was proven that Canelo's fight didn't sell with Edgar Berlanga. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all keep forgetting. Y'all keep forgetting that I'm actually at these fights. They know how to do camera tricks where they can make it look like the place is filled to capacity. It's all about the camera tricks. It's all about the camera angles that they show. I can tell you right now, I just came from a fight. I just came from a fight, and it wasn't, and it, man, it was a good card. So you can't talk to me, especially when I'm a dude that's actually at these fights. I done traveled all over the country to cover fights. I done went to Texas. I done went to Pennsylvania. I done went to I done went to Arizona. I didn't went to Nevada. I didn't went to I didn't went up and down California. So you can't have this conversation with me, especially when somebody that's actually there. So I know that they know how to do tricks and stuff, and I know that they know how to, you know, basically, put out numbers that may not be accurate. So I'm just telling you, I'm there. Well, Steve X, you might be right. I guarantee you, Tank couldn't even read the first. I guarantee you, Tank probably couldn't even read the first paragraph of War and Peace. Ask yourself this: do y'all think Tank could do a 7 Up commercial? Do you think he could get through a whole commercial shoot by basically, trying to promote the product? I don't have the best speech in the world myself, but I can get it together when need be. But Tank, ask Tank to read some cue card. Ask Tank to go to the ESPN Awards and read some cue cards. And then the nominee is the nominee is Elon Manic um Patrick Mahome. Yeah. Tell Tank to read some cue cards. Yeah. Tell Tank to try to read something from a teleprompter and see how that turned out for you. The nominee for best athlete is the is Patrick Maho. Um um it'll be a disaster. It'll be when I say it'll be a disaster, it'll be a disaster. Patrick Mahomes, um, Josh Alec, for real. Walk up to Tank and walk up to Tank and ask him, can he say Lamar Jackson 3 times straight? Tank probably would mess up. Tank probably would be the only person that would never be able to get Candyman to appear because he couldn't properly say his name 6 times. What is it, 6 or 5 times? Tank could be like, Candy, Candy, man, man, Candy. Yeah. Walk up to Tank and ask him, can he say Candyman 5 times straight? I guarantee you, Candyman won't ever show up if Tank was looking in the mirror trying to say Candyman. So that'll be the first time Candyman won't ever appear. Candyman will be sitting somewhere, be like, "Damn, nigga, like, what's taking you so long?" Candyman to say, "I'm cool." Candyman will come in the mirror himself, say, "Dude, forget it." Yeah, Tank ain't got no real, like, man. Tank ain't got no real, no real record. Like, dude, like, I'm like, dude, I'm just saying, dude. Like, you ain't got caught with no weight. You ain't got caught with no yistles. Like, dude, just stop it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you got a fan base because they don't think much of you. Just said. I'm just saying somebody need to just say this about Tank. Walk up to Tank and ask Tank to say Candyman 5 times back to back. I guarantee you Tank don't know how to I guarantee you Tank don't know how to work a triple beam. I guarantee you that. Talk about on my dead homies. Oh, like yo daddy gonna cry. Like, why you always bringing up Bill, dude? You wish Bill was your daddy, Tank? Is that what it is, Tank? You wish Bill was your daddy? I understand. I understand. I really do, Tank. I really do. I really do. I really do. Oh, appreciate the super chat. Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's why he keep bringing up Bill because we know the story with Tank, and that's unfortunate what happened to him. But at the end of the day, you can't keep taking it out on Bill. I mean, here's the thing, Tank. If you want Bill to adopt you, just ask him. Just put it out there. Just say, I want Bill Haney to adopt me. I mean, I mean, it's like, dude, like, like for real. I'm old enough to be Tank's father, and I'd be embarrassed if I had a son like him that conducted himself like him. Like I said, Tank is a blatant display of a minstrel show. He the stereotypical dude that you see on TV. The dumb dude, the dumb tag along dude, like like dumb Donald from Fat Albert. The dude that always say stupid stuff no matter what. No matter how clear you make it to him, he gonna go out of his way to say something dumb. And last time I checked, another thing, gangsters don't walk around with purses. And then when you ran into Devin Haney in Las Vegas, you was standing behind your security. Once again, you didn't want no real smoke. So just stop the cap, dude. Okay, just stop it, dude, with this street stuff, dude, because you ain't no street dude. Just because you got a whole bunch of tattoos don't mean that you a street dude. Because if that's the case, those chicks that be at Starbucks with all the with all the tattoos, they street people. To me, Tank, you look like you might be more of a Starbucks vendor than you is a street dude. So I'm just saying, Tank. But then again, I wouldn't trust Tank to work at Starbucks because Tank probably couldn't properly make a caramel macchiato. He probably can't even say the word caramel macchiato. Damn show can't spell it. So Tank, all he got is boxing. He can't sell insurance. Probably couldn't be a truck driver because he couldn't pass that test. So, I'm just saying. But this the dude that's always sitting up tweeting and talking shit about Devin Haney. Like, dude, you wish you could be Devin Haney. Well, a lot of people are starting to say that about Tank. I mean, after all, Tank did let Diddy pick him up like he was a Cabbage Patch doll. Tiny Hobbs not being around. Know you in heaven, smiling down. You know, I don't know, man. And then it's obvious Tank like to be around toxic women. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Take. He made me go that route because it's been a week. We still wait for him to say something to Tia Female Lopez. And by the way, Hamza, he wasn't in Arizona because me and my homeboy Joe from the you know what I'm saying, the OSSO podcast. We just wanted to see was Tiafimo there. We was gonna check his temperature. Tiafimo was nowhere to be found. Tiafimo was nowhere to be found. Man, maybe he should go back to being a garbage man because that's the perfect job for him because he garbage as a fighter. This is the dude sitting up here talked about. We all saw what happened to him versus Ryan Garcia. Yeah, too. Yeah, yeah, true that. Yeah, yeah, true that. True that, Tiafimo. But we all saw what happened to you. We all saw how you got beat up by George Kambosos Jr., that a dude that Devin Haney iced in 2 fights. He iced George Kambosos. And then you was talking about, oh man, I was gonna die. I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna lose my life. Well, you shouldn't have fought then. So no sympathy for you. And then, like I said before, we know that you lost to Jermaine Ortiz. Everybody thought that you lost to Jermaine Ortiz, except maybe 2 or 3 people. You didn't beat Jermaine Ortiz. You lost. You got beat. And you lost to Sandor Martin. You got dropped twice. Even though they only counted one knockdown, you lost to him. So you should have 3 losses. And then you couldn't even beat up a dude that had gotten knocked out like in his previous fights. But you sitting up talking about Devin Haney. Dude, shut up. And then you turned down a fight with Devin Haney, allegedly saying that you wasn't ready. So when you gonna be ready, dude? You don't think you could beat Devin Haney, but you really think you have a chance against Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford will literally put you in the dirt. When I say Terrence Crawford will literally, Ivan Drago will literally put Teofimo Lopez in the dirt. So just stop the cap like you really trying to fight Terrence Crawford. Nobody on God's green earth believe that you have any chance versus Terrence Crawford. You have no chance whatsoever. Okay, you had a good showing versus Josh Taylor. Cool. You had a good showing versus Lomachenko. Cool. But for some reason, you don't have that confidence. You don't want to fight Keyshawn, man, for real. You don't want to fight Keyshawn Davis. You don't want to fight Brian Norman. I don't blame you, though, because Brian Norman Jr. would probably literally knock you out of the ring. You talk all this stuff about black fighters, but then once again, you don't want to lose to an elite black fighter. Who is we? Who is we, dude? What I supposed to watch my mouth? And that's the thing with Tank fans too. When y'all gonna call Tank out and tell him to address Teofimo Lopez calling him a monkey? Like I said, Tank only got smoke for black fighters. Well, some, because he definitely won't sign the contract to get in the ring with him. I keep saying, if Tank is so confident he can beat these dudes, why all the stipulations? Why all the stipulation? Why are you trying to bring? Why are you trying to bring El Rayo down to 135? I thought you said you would fight him at 140, but like, dude, stop it. So basically, you want to get a title. You want to get a title at a catch weight. So you want to get it. So you basically want to get another title. And this is what I'll be saying about the PBC fighters. This is why Al Heyman don't basically let them fight outside of the PBC banner, because he really don't believe in them. Obviously, there's something he see in Tank. It doesn't matter whether Devin Haney got dropped like 3 times by Ryan Garcia, but the funny thing is Devin kept getting up. He took Lomachenko's best shots. You know, the dude that Tank been basically running from for the last 4 years. And then he finally waited to where he thought that Lomachenko was right for the picking. And we all know that Lomachenko was gonna get stipulated to death. At the end of the day, Tank make it hard for you to root for him because he just displays his ignorance. Stop talking all that street stuff to Devin Haney, dude, because you ain't no street dude. Okay? You a boxer. Nobody don't want to hear that stuff. That stuff is played out now, bro. It's time. It's the era of the intelligent black man now. You ain't from, like, dude. Stop it, dude. Stop it. Yo criminal record. Your criminal record is DUIs and DB cases. You ain't got caught pushing no weight. You ain't got caught with no tools. You ain't got caught, like, dude. Just stop it, man. People been waiting on your scary ass for like the last week, the last past week to address this Tiafimo. But you and your team ain't said nothing. Just like you didn't say nothing about Ryan Garcia saying all that racist stuff about black people. But you always got something to say about Devin Haney. You a mark. And that's all it come down to. Take you a mark. And nobody cares what Ellie Setback think either. Cause like my question is, all these black niggas that supporting Tank, ask Tank this: why ain't you giving a black media member the access you gave Ellie Setback? That's all I'm saying. You ain't gave one black reporter the access you give Ellie Setback, and don't give me this stuff. Oh, Ellie Setback been there, man. It's like you got extremists. Why don't you give them the opportunity that you give Ellie Setback? But that's black people for you. Black people value everybody else except other black people. But then again, Ellie Setback always kissing Tank's ass. So, I mean, I guess so. I guess so. I mean, Tank got Ellie running out to get Skittles for him and stuff like he Marshawn Lynch, fake Marshawn Lynch. Well, here's the thing. We ain't worried about Tank's team. We want Tank to say something. We want Billy Badass. We want the so-called super badass to say something. When he gonna say something? I mean, Tank's Twitter. I mean, Tank's Twitter fingers work when he want to sit up here and say something about Devin Haney. Like I said, call the Devin Haney a bitch. You the bitch. You been a bitch. You been a bitch. You a bitch in negotiations, and you a bitch outside the ring, and you a coward. And it just need to be said about you, homeboy. You know, you always bringing up somebody's father. Like I said, dude, why don't you talk about your father? Oh, I forgot. Must not be nothing to talk about. Is that what it is? Like I said, Tank, if you want Bill to adopt you or something, just ask him. For real. You keep talking about, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Well, when you gonna do it? When you gonna do it, dude? You just like, I mean, for real, you on that Anthony Joshua stuff, man. We waited for years for Anthony Joshua to have the guts to make the Deontay Wilder fight. But Anthony Joshua threw hurdle after hurdle, obstacle after obstacle. He wanted Deontay Wilder to jump from hoop to hoop. He asked for $50 million to fight Deontay Wilder. Okay, well then Deontay Wilder found found a way to get the money. He found somebody that was gonna put up the money. Anthony Joshua said no. But now we see why Anthony Joshua didn't really want to fight Deontay Wilder, because he was scared to death of that right hand. One thing I can say about Devin, I didn't met his mother. I done been around his father. I just met his mother. Well, actually, I interviewed April a couple of times. Now, the funny thing was, the only person that April talked to when she was at that fight, only person she talked to was me. She refused to talk to anybody in the media except, why? Because she know I keep it real. And then the thing is, what was so sad about these lousy pieces of trash, these lousy pieces of black trash and whatever kind of, racial trash you could think of. These people had the audacity to basically show footage of Devin Haney's mother passing out at the Ryan Garcia fight. Now, what type of lousy, low life piece of shit would like gloat at something like that happening? But this just goes to show you the cowards that's running around social media. That just goes to show you what type of people are running around social media. And it's not a good look. Like I said, Tank ain't nothing but a short, light skinned, insecure minstrel show. And that's why people rally behind him. But these people that so-called supposed to be self-righteous, and all, these are the same people that's okay with a dude that like basically had a hit and run with a pregnant woman. And I tried to overlook that, but then Tay just slowly but surely started to show that he was nothing more than a minstrel show and a watermelon man. Tay is a straight up watermelon man, and he gut and he has no guts. He's gutless. This is why a lot of these people be walking around here thinking they could disrespect black people. But I am the exception. I'm not one of these people that allow people to disrespect me. I mean, it's cool. One thing about me, I'm not worried about losing my life. As long as I take like 3 or 4 people with me, I'm okay with that. Now, wherever I go, that's debatable. Will I go up or go down? That's debatable. But I know somebody coming with me. That's just real talk. Like that song by Doggy Style. I know my day is coming, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be next week, whether it be, a few years from now, whether it be decades from now. Eventually we all going, you know what I'm saying? Our day is coming one way or another. So why be scared or worried about it? Because it's gonna happen eventually. So I have no fear. I used to, but not now. So at the end of the day, I'm the old school black man. I'm the black man that had the Nat Turner mentality. You're not gonna walk up to me and disrespect me, because at the end of the day, they could be toe tagging your ass. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my weapons, they don't see color. They don't see color, they don't see gender, they don't see sexuality. So you know what I'm saying? My gat don't discriminate. So if you a rapper, I just gave you a hit song. I just gave you a hit song. If you a rapper, you call it "My Gat Don't Discriminate," and that's real talk. My gat don't discriminate. I do not see color. I don't see color. I don't see gender. I don't see race. I don't see sexual orientation. Anybody can get it. It's equal opportunity. So there you have it. But yeah, anyway, like I said, Tank ain't nothing or nobody to look up to. He ain't nobody to be proud of. At the end of the day, all Tank is a fighter. It's kind of scary to. It's kind of scary what's gonna happen with Tank once he's done with boxing. Cause I know Tank got a lot of shady people around him. So I'm just saying, Tank is the one that need to speak up. Like I said, Tank, say something to Teofimo Lopez. Address him calling you a monkey. But you didn't say nothing to Ryan Garcia when he said all that racist stuff, but you always got Devin Haney's name in your mouth. Starting to come across as a obsession to a certain degree. You obsessed with the dude, but then you won't fight him. You want to be frank, like for real, dude. You want to be cool with Ryan Garcia, a dude that disrespected your race, a dude that made flat out terrorist threats online, flat out terrorist threats, domestic terrorist threats. And then you got these sorry ass black people defending him. But these are the same black people that want to come at Devin Haney. Like I said, you black people make me sick to my stomach. It's like, to a certain degree, it's almost embarrassing to be black, because y'all don't have no pride. Y'all want everybody to like y'all. Y'all want to congregate with people who disrespect y'all on a regular basis, man. Not me. Sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not part. I'm not part. I'm not part of that group. That man wake up in the morning thinking about Devin Haney's getting kind of weird, Tank. It's getting kind of weird, man. It's getting kind of weird, dude. So just putting it out there. But anyway, I'll be back with more. I'm out.